Alright, folks, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into uncharted territory. I, your humble host, am attempting to learn a manly skill. Now, I'm not exactly known for my ruggedness. My biggest accomplishments usually involve binge watching documentaries and perfecting my sourdough starter. But today, we're changing that, folks. We're embracing a new challenge. We're going to try something new, something manly. After much deliberation and a few frantic searches on the internet, I've decided to tackle the noble art of sharpening a kitchen knife. I know, it sounds simple. But trust me, my knife skills are about as sharp as a butter knife. In fact, I'd probably struggle to cut through a marshmallow. So, let's see how this goes. First things first, the tools. I've got my trusty chef's knife, a whetstone, and a sharpening guide. The internet tutorials made it look easy. They always do, right? Just a few strokes at a 20-degree angle, and voila, a razor-sharp blade. Famous last words, right? This seemed simple enough, but I was wrong. So, I soaked the whetstone in water. Check. I placed the sharpening guide on the blade. Check. Now, the 20-degree angle. This is where things started to go south. I swear, my knife was slipping and sliding all over the place. I was more worried about slicing my fingers than sharpening the knife. After about 10 minutes of awkward angling and grunting, I think I managed to remove a tiny sliver of metal. Success? Not quite, but the journey continues. I tried different angles, applying more pressure, less pressure. I even started to mumble under my breath. The whetstone was starting to get a bit of a groove from my clumsy attempts. My face was getting red, and I was starting to sweat. This whole manly thing was proving to be a lot harder than I thought. I began to question my life choices. But I pressed on. I watched more videos, read more articles, and tried again and again. I even took a short break to collect myself. Slowly, painstakingly, I started to get the hang of it. I could feel the blade biting into the whetstone, the metal starting to take shape. And then, finally, after what felt like an eternity, a good hour, at least, I had done it. I ran my finger carefully along the blade, and it was actually, finally, sharp. I sliced through a tomato with ease. The feeling was exhilarating. I felt a rush of accomplishment. I had tamed the blade. Maybe I can survive in the wilderness now. I may even learn how to chop wood next time. This little experiment gave me a new level of appreciation for this skill. It's a craft that requires patience, focus, and a little bit of elbow grease. And now, I can add a new skill to my repertoire. This is a big win for me. So, stay tuned for more adventures and feel free to share your own experiences with manly skills. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.